this is Crinstar, and what you have seen me open is VCV Rack 2.5. It's a kind of a interesting version number. They changed the directory where all the stuff gets saved to in the user directory, and they made one other change, which is really interesting, is that with outputs you can put it to like multiple sources. So if I wanted to go like here and I wanted to go here, well, I hold down control and I can go anywhere and like go here, and I can do multiple outputs. But with this version, you could do multiple inputs, which is kind of cool, because if you want to modulate something, you can actually use different modulation sources, like say several LFOs. So let's grab a ye old LFO for modulation here. And then let's grab yet another one, duplicate. Then we have two modulations. And let's modulate something like the attack here. So what we should be able to do is we should be able to get this modulated with this one. Let's bring it down. And then go on top of it. And now it's modulated from two sources. And of course, this is kind of tame in its thing. What could be really cool is this little FM thing here. The FM, normally you don't modulate it with an LFO, you modulate it with another VCO. So we go duplicate, and we bring in another, this is basically an oscillator. So we duplicate, bring in two oscillators, we put the triangle on one, and maybe the triangle on the other. Of course, we have to modulate the we gotta tell it to modulate it. Sounds like an old Atari game. But at any rate, you can actually modulate two sources in this new version, which is really, 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 really cool. If you wanted to kind of like what we have here, we're modulating this source, or we're changing this source here by two different sources, and you can have two or more. It allows anything. And if I remember right, the original VCV Rack didn't allow that. And so that's what's new in this version that makes it actually really, really noteworthy. Sounds like a tank game I used to play when I was a kid. Think of like Combat or something. Atari 2600. Although most of this stuff sounds space age. And that's just a triangle wave being modulated by other triangle waves. Normally, what you could do is you could modulate, say, the pulse width on this one. Crank that sucker up. Let's do the square. Speaking of 2600, ET just got into my head. Let's go back to adding the LFO, because normally when you do the pulse width modulation, you normally want an LFO. So let's duplicate it. LFOs are kind of lower in oscillation than these. These are really super high and fast. These are really super low if you didn't notice, or if you don't know. Now we could to see what the heck's going on. Look at the oscilloscope. Pretty cool. Pretty wild stuff, if you ask me. All possible by being able to put in 2 inputs and then modulating both sources. Of course, Bigwig could do this in its normal modulation. Why would you want it? VCV Rack is a cool type of setup. It can be standalone in the free version. It's perfectly free standalone. I have the paid version, works as a clap plugin for Bitwig, so I can use it as a part of the DAW, and I paid a bit more to do it, so that I can do cool stuff. I really do like VCV Rack and its possibilities. I don't showcase it on the channel a whole lot because Bitwig can do a lot of the stuff that it can do. The bigger thing that this can do that Bitwig can't really know in the grid is host other VSTs in the grid. That's pretty much the only thing, but overall, if you like playing around with VCV Rack and you want to play around with it without Bitwig, you can, and you can finally get multiple modulations in there to work, and you can get some really crazy sounds with it just on the modulation alone. At any rate, wanted to talk about it. Let people know it's out there and what the newer things are and what they mean. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I will catch you later.